Good evening, all you people that are here for reasons. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but you're here. This is Parallax of the Pants Black Legion. Joined tonight by this guy.
Joined is a very, very strong word.
Sharing a virtual space with...
Again, very, very strong words. Hello, everyone. It is Warlax. Kind of.
It's at least 30% of Warlax.
That I can go ahead and say is probably true. Yes.
Yeah, that's subtracting the number of hours that he has done school and work from the total. So we got about 30% of it. Eventually, I'm told eventually we will have Cookie and Ducks. So they should be here at some point. Why does my wife seem to think that Squick is living in our mind like a sentient virus?
Because okay. He is.
You don't have to be right so loud. I was talking with Squick earlier. I saw something on Reddit that was very, very reminiscent of something he would say, where it was it was from yesterday, and it was an Ask Reddit question that was, "What is the worst candy?" And somebody commented, "My mother likes to take black licorice and dip it in baking soda."
Nope.
And the second response to that comment was, "Hey, quick question, what the fuck?" And that's just the most Squick thing I've ever read. And I sent it to him and I said, "Why does this sound like you?" He said, "Because it's something I would say." And yes, it is. So,
why does this sound like you? Because it was me.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Let's make sure that I actually get this screen on the right one so I'm not skipping some shit. But y'all sent us stuff this week. Some of you did. 2 of you did. At least 2 of you. I mean, Diggs only showed me stuff 2 of you sent, so I'm assuming just 2 of you did. I guess y'all don't like to send stuff anymore, but oh, there's Squick. Yeah, Squick said things. Nobody's surprised. Okay, first thing that we got sent this week is that actually needs to be updated. Why you do this to me with the thing and the stuff? There we go. Okay, there.
Because things and stuff need to change, and on occasion they do so without warning you.
I don't appreciate that. Zachary sent us this one this week. It's your favorite.
Yes. Favorite inner sphere. Get it right.
Favorite inner sphere. Sorry, everybody.
I like archers. No problems there. However, just get it right.
It is archers, and it's. I don't know if the intent is for it to be a Kellhound's archer, but it could actually be.
If the intent there is there to have it not be a Kellhound's archer, then the intent may have missed the mark on not being a Kellhound's archer.
Morgan Kell. That was the name I was looking for. Morgan, not Patrick. Yeah. He's the one that died in a Victor because the Victor sucks.
This, I believe we can both be in agreement on.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm hearing that this is a bit more of a Halloweenish theme, and that some people are seeing this as orange as opposed to red, and I'm still seeing red here, but I'm agreeing with Grimos also. The Victor is a death trap.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other person to send us something was Zarvak, and that's Zar as in Czarvak, Zarvak, which is either a person of royal Russian lineage or potentially a Space Ghost villain.
Both are very possible.
Yeah, and I just want to point out here, this archer, it looks fucking amazing. Like, this is great.
Like, so we had an archer and an archer.
Yes. Very different makes and models here.
We're liking what we're seeing.
Yes, this is very, and I've got 4 angles of it. This thing, I mean, let's be honest, this thing just kind of kicks ass. This is very well done, very good brushwork on this, and apparently, OBS just decided to tell me to go to hell. And let's see. There we go. There we go.
Tell OBS you're already in hell. You're having to use it.
Oof. Now it looks like the back here was done with camo cloak, speed paint, or fuck, what do they call it? Contrast, speed, express, whatever the fuck the marketing people are calling this one. But yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I've got a couple
Express more. Isn't out yet.
Not yet, but of course I will buy it to let people know how it is when it gets here. But yeah, this looks great. This looks great.
Speaking of buying it, when to let people know how it is, can I do a quick plug real quick?
You can do a quick plug real quick.
So it is finally official with 100% certainty because we have the product on our shelves. Rainy River Designs paints are available at Ryder's Hobby Shop in Flint, Michigan. Come and get them.
Buy it. Buy that shit. Do it.
We have the basing materials. We have the paints. We have some of the models available as well.
The accessories.
We have some of the accessories. So if you have ever wanted to try the paint out, we are the first retail outlet that they have worked with. Come on out, grab some stuff, and send in some photos of what you've done.
And just to toot the horn a little bit more, let's see if we can't spruce that up a little bit. Not only the exclusive physical retail location of Rainy River Designs, the only place you can go and purchase it. Exclusive.
The only physical place you can go.
That's right.
Can still go to their website.
Yes, but exclusively physical there. Exclusive.
So far.
NPC says he can't go to Flint. He's allergic to water that kills you.
Well, we ship. Not the water. Not the water.
Well, I just had something come out my nose. I don't know what it was, but ow. Good job. Oh, okay. And shit, oh, God.
Fezbear, thank you.
You build up a tolerance. You build up something, I'm sure. And actually, I need to grab a thing real quick because I fucking forgot. Set an open course for the image I didn't save. Because I've got to fix this. I'm gonna get a strike on the show's account. Okay, and OBS does this thing, then I do this thing, and then we do that thing.
Oh God, you don't want that.
Okay.
There will
Mad
be
Duck's is gonna be with us at some point. This was a piece that he sent to me to show off. It is another, in fact, Archer, and I recognize these missile effects. I've seen these on Thingiverse. I love that. I just love that shit. That's great. I don't know why the LRMs are going all directions, but anything within like a 45-degree cone of this Archer is going to have a bad time soon.
Gee, that doesn't look like missiles. That looks like angry porcupine thing.
Well, it's the smoke contrails off the missiles. We'll go with that.
I understand, but it looks like angry porcupine.
Well, do you want to touch it?
No.
Neither do I. Neither do the other mechs. Sea urchins. It's not a catapult. It's not the tumor. Tumor catapult. Anyway,
And just for all of you who are out there who just heard this and are interested, this is the only time that I am going to plug the store that I work at. Only because I really do want to plug the products for Rainy River Designs, and that's it.
that said, I also have used this stuff, and it's also pretty great.
Yes.
So, okay. So, you've been working your ass off on stuff, so you haven't had time to do anything.
Correct.
Cookie is busy tonight, so she couldn't send me anything. Squick is in the frozen north. Well, Mad Ducks is here.
Mad Ducks, if you're here, get up here.
Can you actually ask Diggs to move him up?
Oh, can he not come up?
He cannot. You might actually have to find Bowser, because it looks like Diggs isn't online right now. Find a mod. Find a mod.
Finding somebody.
Anyway, I'll leave this here until Mad Ducks.
Can Rob pull people up here?
Rob is not a mod at this point. Let's see. Hosfei can. Psyduck is mobile. Yeah, Hosfei's playing Factorio. Clearly Hosfei's not doing anything important.
Tex could always pull someone up here.
Is he in here?
He's down in Major General.
Well, go get him. Or I bet Crow could do it too. Anyway,
I'll be right back.
He'll be right back, folks.
Come on, work. Thank you.
He's trying to get it to work. So how are you guys? I hope you're good. I mean, frankly, I would never know if you lied to me. But, I mean, there's a few of you I would know. Like, how's the car? I'd know you. I'd know if you were lying to me. But I'd suspect you're lying to me anyway. So. Mad Ducks is doing some stuff. We'll move him up here ASAP. A good yellow butternut squash curry. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I had a New York strip tonight. It was also very good. There was a big fucking fat cap on it, so. Blending life. Oh, well, Slayer, welcome to the stream. Dude, Gilly, you got to send that shit in. That's art at WBPO76. Wait, .com. Yeah, that one. That's the one. Squick is the sketchiest murder hotel. Mad Ducks has joined us.
Yes.
Actually, Mad Ducks is taking some medicine and will be back in a moment. Who did you have to grab?
I went down and asked, and Tex made it happen.
Okay. Yeah. I was playing. I've got a build in MechWarrior Online right now. I'm just, as we're talking about this stuff in chat, I've got an Annihilator in MechWarrior Online, which is questionable at best. Like, there's one of two things that happen with this Annihilator. Either it gets totally destroyed on an open field, or it's a fucking murder on a bun in closed quarters. It's like, it's an Annihilator. There's nothing I can do to make it not slow. But it's also fully armored.
You could take away all of its weapons and replace that with a giant engine.
And I still don't think it'd be more than moderately slow.
No one would expect it, though.
That's true. That'd be like
nobody expects the merely
the
tolerable marauder,
slow Annihilator. So what it does have is
hello.
Welcome aboard, Mad Ducks. What it does have, very quickly, is it has 6 snub-nose PPCs. So if you're in close range to this thing and you face tank it, it's like getting hit in the face with 3 AC-20 blasts. So, Mad Ducks is here. Mad Ducks, tell us about Archer.
Okay, this particular Archer, as you may be able to guess, is quite angry.
Looks like a porcupine.
It's firing missiles. I was told that this one is called the 42 Bird Salute.
There you go.
42B salute.
There we go. And sorry, Night Clerk actually helped me out, 3D printed this and mailed it to me because he was being awesome, and that happens. I needed this painted for a specific video that I'm working on.
Oh, there you go. Vectron, to
Oh,
answer your
you
question
mean-
real quick?
Do you mean your Archer video?
Yes, that Archer video. That's not necessarily a secret, but not,
Vectron, to answer your question real quick, that Annihilator, I can't fire all of its weapons at once. Like, I have to alternate. But, like, I can go right arm, left arm. And then, if I do it right, then it's practically a constant barrage. It's terrifying. It's utterly terrifying. Anyway. Yeah. I've seen this this print around. It's amazing to me how much the Archer has not changed. Like, in most cases.
That's because they made it perfect the first time.
you cannot rush perfection.
Exactly.
I've said this before. I've been recorded saying this before.
So, okay. We're going to go ahead and jump into the stuff that I've got, and then we'll start, putting paint on things. So, what do I have? Okay.
Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, we're not known for it, so.
mean,
Okay.
No, we're known for Squick and his ramblings.
Hey. I'd like to be mad at you, but you're not wrong. Anyway, so this is actually, I guess these next three are all from Lost Heresy designs. They're on Patreon. I think that they're on my mini factory now. This one was labeled as Inquisitor Ravon. I have no idea if that's a real thing. I don't know if this is based on a character. I just like the model. He seemed very rogue traitorish to me, but
Yeah, he does.
yeah. But he's got Inquisition shit on him, so I like this one. He was fun to paint, and he had another one that was another Inquisitor, and his name was something Hammer. I don't know, but he was also fun. Very.
I shall dub the other one the Toaster Inquisitor.
Oh. Sigh.
When are we going to get a toaster emote?
Man, you got to talk to Diggs for that.
We have a spider toaster somewhere out there in the ether.
We do. I have not printed Spider Toaster yet. I don't have any idea how I would mount Spider Toaster to anything.
I don't know who's responsible for such a thing, but
Of course not. Of course not. And this is the last one by Lost Heresy I've got, and he's a Klingon. And actually, I was pretty happy with the way the Klingon here turned out. So,
Very nice. Looks good.
Thank you. And then what
Much
else do
goob.
I have? I think I've got a... Hey,
Much goob.
nobody's giving me goob for this shit. Not yet, anyway.
Pay him goob.
Okay, I got three more here. I'll go through them quick. This one...
God damn, overachiever much.
Well, I mean, there's only one in here you can say that about. This is one that is in progress. For those of you that may or may not recognize the emblem on the flag. That's from the seal of the Free State of Van Zandt. So that's on both sides of the flag, and now I just have to paint the rest of him and his unit. But I was pretty happy with how that freehand turned out.
Yeah, came out real nice.
I think it looks better on the other side. But between paint and a... what do they call these things? They call them micron pens to outline it. It worked out nicely. Okay, this is the one you're going to say overachiever on. Not because of difficulty, but because there's 8 of them.
No, I'm saying overachiever because, I've been beaten time out of everything, and you've just been painting, and I wish I could.
That doesn't make me an overachiever. That just means you don't have time. I ran out of shit to do at work today by like 2 o'clock, so... Anyway. So, there's a story to go with these 8, and there's nothing particularly special about these 8. Except the fact that last weekend, my lovely wife, who is, I think, still in chat, she might have fallen asleep, went and visited her family. Yes, how's the car? I know you're in here and you didn't know that. We didn't want to, get things stirred up. So get over it. She was talking to her nephew, and I'm going to be a little bit oblique. But her nephew is autistic, and he's 4. So, and like, he's doing a lot better than he was. He's, actually answering questions instead of just repeating things that are said to him now. And for some reason, he's really fond of his Uncle Parallax. So, yes, he loves Uncle Para. But he found out that Uncle Para paints tiny robots. And then he looked at Aunt Car and said, "He paint me a robot?" Said, "Yeah, he can paint you a robot." He said, "Make it blue?" By God, this boy's getting blue max.
Fair enough.
So these are all...
Are they all carrying autocannons?
No, not all of them. A lot of them. Let's see. The Black Knight isn't, the Phoenix Hawk isn't, and the Kintaro isn't. But the other 5 are. And he asked for blue, so I zenithal them, and then I airbrushed them blue entirely, and then went back in and picked out white and blue details. So, and they all have green faces.
Okay.
I have a name I can suggest for this group.
Go for it.
The Uncle Para Aggressive Smile Brigade.
I'll take it.
We like it.
Yes, that Phoenix Hawk is carrying a gun. No more questions. No more questions.
It'll break your hands.
That's right. Then I got one more, and this is just follow-up from last week. There he is. I'm still not happy with the khaki on him. I got to go through and work on that some more. This is like the second coat on it, and it's still not coming through the way I want it to. But, is what it is.
It looks like the Iron Marine.
No, that is the Sanguine Corvatus Moving Marine.
No, this is a visually similar to, but legally distinct from Space Marine.
Yes, the Sanguine Corvatus Moving Marine.
Okay, fair.
We will move your stuff.
Okay, so
Or else.
Guaranteed.
It'll go fucking somewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to move over to the live stream, and I was telling Warlax this earlier, that I have something on stream that I was going to show off tonight, and actually try to put some paint on, that's a surprise for him, too. Astronaut Mariner. Okay, so the first one is not that. The first one is this. It's October now. It's spoopy month, so let's do ourselves a really fucking creepy vampire dude. What do you say?
All right.
Who doesn't like a creepy vampire dude?
I think I took lessons from that guy in college.
I don't doubt it. Now, Warlax, this is the one for you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here it is.
I'm still seeing creepy vampire dude.
I mean, I see it on my stream.
Oh, all right. Yep.
Tell the nice people.
That is one of the mechanical dogs from Wolfenstein. The New Order, I believe.
I think they were in the Colossus and the new Colossus and the New Order.
I've played the New Order. I have not been able to play the new Colossus, as I do not have a good enough graphics card currently.
Beep boop, activate wolf protocols. Yes. Panzerhund.
Panzerhund, yes, thank you.
But I was figuring that these two would be enough to work on for tonight. So I'm going to let Warlax make some decisions about the paint on the Panzerhund. Because,
Gunmetal gray, man.
Yeah, but there have to be some highlights on it. Like
gunmetal gray, eyes and stuff are going to be like an orangish red, and that would be where your highlights are going to come from, is where the light's going.
Oh, so now we're doing OSL.
Well, that's your choice. I wasn't saying it was going to be OSL.
Okay, well, I do have the best, well, I'm trying to remember who decided this. Somebody, one of the YouTubers said, okay, this is the best of the acrylic metal colors. So, actually, these are pretty fucking great. Like, these are great. And then, as far as he goes, I'm feeling some, like, creepy green on this guy. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mad Ducks?
I can't see green, but that sounds really good.
Okay. Man, we got a lot of people in the Legion that are colorblind on one level or another. Oh, wait.
For me, that's just the beginning.
Oh, wait. Hey,
I have a question for you, Parallax.
I have an answer. Let's see if they...
I have a need for 2 archers for undisclosed reasons that are wearing togas.
Okay.
Perfectly normal situation, mind you.
Sure.
So I have primed them black. I'm going to paint them white with gold trim.
Okay.
Should I dry brush them first, and then come with the white, and then come and do the panels white, or should I just do the panels white and dry brush at the end?
Here's what I'm going to tell you. You don't want to do the panels white.
Okay.
You want to do the panels gray. Like a light gray. Like, let me grab... This is just an example. I'm not saying you have to have this. This is USAF Light Gray Model Air by Vallejo. Vallejo, however anyone wants to say it at this point. I'm not arguing with it. But this is a very light gray. Use this on the panels, and then you can come back through and dry brush it with the white, and it'll make the edges pop.
No one is yelling at you based off of your pronunciations.
Not yet.
I have some I have some cold gray by that manufacturer and some Arctic white in this little plastic bowl thing.
Cool.
I shall do what is legally alchemy.
There you go. Mix and paints. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so both of these have gotten a zenithal highlight, but here's the thing. This is another ninja thing that I've run into. So, we got a first-time chat. Hi, Diddy. DDDW. That's a lot of D's in there.
Diddy. Diddy's my friend.
Oh.
I like Diddy.
Hey, how we
my
doing?
Duck's friend, DDDW.
Despite knowing me, Diddy's good people.
Mm-hmm. You just, described half the Legion. They're in the Legion, but they're okay.
Are you suggesting that I fit in, but not on purpose?
More or less.
Probably, yeah.
The Black Pants Legion will never find a more wretched hide.
Scum and villainy in all known space. Sorry.
Okay, so here's what I was going to say. This is a ninja thing. So here's what we do. When I did the zenithal on this thing, he started black. You can still see the black down here on the bottom of him for all the shadows. That'll be great. And then I came over 45-degree angle, rattle can gray, and then basically straight down light gray, not white this time. And here's what we're going for. We, from here, are going to take some white. Actually, I'm going to use my model color white because I've got it handy and I don't have to thin it or anything. And frankly, it doesn't seem to make much difference when you're dry brushing. So, going to get some of that. And then we're going to dry brush this thing. And what that'll do is it'll pick out just the edges and such. And it will help any kind of contrast paint or thin paint that we put over the top of this. It'll help the edges pop even more than usual. Which normally when you do a zenithal, you do black and then you do gray and then you do white from the top. And if you do it like this, you get some extra pop out of these top sections of the edges. So, dry brush.
Once you pop, you just can't stop.
That's right, because dry brushing is like Lay's potato chips.
That's Pringles.
Pringles.
Okay, I bet you can't eat just one. It's Lay's. Why Why can't I remember that? Like, this is the second time in a week I've gotten that confused.
If that's the only thing you've forgotten this week, you've got me beat. So you're doing okay.
Oh, no, I've forgotten so many things this week. That just happens to be one I know I've gotten wrong twice.
I guarantee that during this stream, I will forget things. I will say things incorrectly. I will likely leave this stream early because, holy hell, I need a nap. But
No. You need sleep. When you do the long nap, that's called sleep.
I'm never going to get it.
What was that, Matt?
I call that being unconscious.
Well, I mean, that too. So here's what we're doing. We're just going straight down with the dry brush on this. And we got to hydrate. Hydrate. Hail hydrate. Hail hydrate.
Alrighty. Sorry, I am currently focused on
staying awake.
Well, that and trying to do the shoulder pauldron edges on this giant.
Ooh. Oh, that's right. You've been working on big stuff lately, haven't you?
I have been, because I honestly prefer it as I get to put a bit more detail into it.
You know, I've got a file that I'm working on right now that I have it printed. It's sitting on the build plate right now. It's finished. I can't paint it on stream.
I know, you showed this to me.
No, this is a different one.
Oh.
Same reason I can't paint it on stream. But I may or may not have found some very, very specific diminutive space people on cults, and wanted to paint them. So I have them, and they are very similar to existing diminutive space peoples.
Could you say that they were squatting?
You might say that their stature was rather squat.
Could you say perhaps that they were Slavically squatting?
No, I don't think you can quite say that. But what you might say
is that you could paint them in Adidas and then they could be Slavically squatting?
I was going to say that they were probably all in league with each other.
Haha.
So, and they're also all fans of mechanical lions, or at least very close to it. I'm going to dry brush the Panzerhund also, although I don't actually think it's going to show through, but we'll see. I've been wrong before. Not often, but it's happened. Been wrong.
I just had a thought.
What is your thought? Is it
dangerous?
No. Warlax, this is not like the ramble I had when I was running a fever the other night, which I don't remember recording or posting to YouTube. Doesn't matter.
Oh, no. You posted it in the chat.
I was running a fever. I wasn't there. I am not legal. Don't worry about it. Just a thought popped into head. If I have tiny, tiny organisms growing in me, do I not, and I am on antibiotics, am I not legally cultured?
You are very much cultured.
Aha.
He's
using
like Australia,
the finest,
guys. He's got culture.
Using only the finest of technical loopholes, I am cultured. Aha. Yeah, and Warlax, I have no idea what I was rambling that night about the apparently Necromancer Chamber of Commerce.
Yep.
The Necromancer Chamber of Commerce.
Hold on, I have...
It was during Rob's stream.
Wow.
Listen. I simply I do remember proposing that if the Necromancer is basically a very late healer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And consider this. Wouldn't necromancers want people with healthy bones?
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of coming back to me. Oh, God.
And we discussed the fact that if that was in fact the case, which we agreed would probably be the case, that they would have a booming industry in cheese and dairy.
Yes. And let me see. I even when I'm delirious, I type out things as I record them. Move to the Necromancer Village. We have great health care. We want you to drink your milk every day. Come here. We have strong bones and no ulterior motives. You know, that stuff.
Yep.
You know, it always strikes me that despite the fact that everybody says necromancers are evil, why aren't necromancers seen as a source for social good when, you know, they could set up an economy that would basically ensure universal basic income for everybody within their village, because you can just use the undead to till your fields.
Because dead people bad. Small-minded individuals. You see, of course.
Pardon me while I step away for one moment.
I am deeply concerned about what Squick just said in chat, and I don't particularly want to repeat it. Like someday I might run for office or something, and I don't need that recording.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you may become a politician one day, and you're afraid of saying dick helicoptering stripper zombies.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I see. And you think that will be the worst thing that you have said when it comes to you running for office?
Let's not get into that.
I'm pretty sure you've said worse things on this stream.
Surely I don't know what you're talking about.
Surely you do, and don't call me Shirley.
Thank you for picking up on that. I was really counting on you getting that, and you didn't disappoint.
God, I am exhausted, and yet I still remember my airplane quotes.
Excuse me, sir, are you a doctor?
No,
And
but I
don't
do
call me
speak
Shirley.
Jack.
Let's see. We're just putting some gunmetal gray here on Panzerhund.
Yes, Panzerhund.
Panzerhund. Panzerhund.
Panzerhund.
Yes. Gunmetal. Now, wait a second. You said, Mad Ducks, that you had some models that you had primed, and that you were
Yes.
painting. What are you painting?
I am painting an archer. This is the two archers.
Two archers.
These are the ones I just mentioned that I primed in black, and I need to paint, so they'll be black in the gaps. And I am painting them white with gold trim.
Okay.
Because I need two archers wearing togas for very
Reasons.
normal and not at all outrageous or just strange reasons.
Of course not.
Because those are, that is, I do these normal things as normal people normally do on a normal, everyday, normal basis.
Well, I'm still drawn to the idea of modding a print at some point digitally to make sure that I have a javelin that has like 120 box fans on it.
I don't know where such ideas come from.
I couldn't begin to guess.
And nor do I have any scripts for Bubba J's first annual Light Mech race. That idea, actually...
that idea that you have no idea what I'm talking about.
None at all, but that would possibly, potentially, maybe be inspired because I was possibly asking for, asking the auxiliary, hey guys, name some mechs, name some pilots. And one person, and I'm not going to name Dragon Axe, said, put in a spider lamb. And I said, sure, but I'm not putting a lamb in there for two reasons. One, no, and two, box fans.
There you go. I like it.
That was inspired.
It was inspiring.
Well, thank you. I usually ramble things out, and I'm mostly PG. I'm basically I'm PG Ramble Duck.
Peachy Ramble Duck, guys. Peachy McRamble Duck.
Yes, I am PG, but I also ramble. For example, chat, give me a noun. A noun. Oh, no. I've made a mistake.
Yes, welcome to the stream. See what it's like from this side.
No, this is fine. This is fine. I have proven many, many times that I should not be trusted with a microphone. For example, today, 24 feet in the air, finished installing a sound system at an elementary school. And they were filing out to go to the buses. And I said, said, "Yes, young ones, if you eat your vegetables, you can grow up young and strong and be one of the people that ate their vegetables." And the teachers laughed, but the kids were like, "Mommy, Daddy, there's a strange man with a microphone," which is fair.
To be fair, he is pretty
Mommy, Daddy,
strange.
this man told me to eat my vegetables. I don't want to eat them.
And now I won't touch carrots again. Yeah, all the lawyers will be contacting me with nightsticks here shortly.
The lawyers have nightsticks, man.
You don't know how infuriating I am on accident.
I just want to point out to you that on the front of people giving you nouns, so far you have at least 3 dick toasters, 1 toast dicker, and unfortunately my brother has gifted you with anal polyps.
Okay, all right. Let's see. We're gonna mix all this up, and we are going to take
Toast dicker anal polyp.
Dicker Max.
Dicker Max, yes.
No, I'm gonna throw the word polyp in there.
Just gonna throw the word in there.
I'm gonna throw the word polyp in there. We're gonna have the polyp toaster.
I don't like that.
Toaster. Well, it's that or toaster polyps. Oh yeah,
that's not better.
Flavored toaster strudels.
Ooh, this is getting bad.
I mean, yeah, it is. It is going to get worse.
For some reason, I have decided the membranes of this vampire's wings are purple.
I mean, that is a good color.
I will entertain no questions. It's purple.
No questions asked, and no questions answered.
Good. Excellent.
He boiks hands.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Hands booked.
Hands booked.
Oh, man. I think I'm going to go absolution green on his skin and come back through with a substantially brighter green in a bit. Like, this is a turbo dark green.
I feel like I have made a tactical error. I did not get super glue and glue these to a base, and now I am suffering the side effects of my lack of intelligent planning.
All right, Para.
Hi.
I just sent a quick photo. What color should I do the other hand in?
Okay, all right.
Because that one's
brush in my mouth.
That's
so
okay.
I can use your mouse. Let's see what he sent. Ooh, this fucking storm giant. God, that's a sexy storm giant. His other hand, you said?
Yeah, because I think that one might be gloved.
You know what I would do? I think he's just wearing a bracer on that arm, but here's what I would do. He's holding a lightning bolt, right?
Yep.
Blue with light blue and white highlights along the backs of his hands.
That's doable. What is Squick saying? Something about blood splattering on the enemy? What?
Yeah, it's just regular Squick stuff, man. Don't worry about it.
That's just a combination butt plug space heater. I'm not trying to be discount Squick. I'm just giving him a voice.
Discount Squick here.
Hey, folks, welcome to Discount Squick, yeah?
I mean, a minute ago, I was just thinking, howdy, y'all. It's your pal Bubba J talking at you from Canopus, and I'm here with Richard Toaster, the inventor of the toaster security system. And from there, it just goes downhill, so I'm just going to stop talking. I'm still rambling.
Uh-oh.
That's Richard J. Toaster, I think.
Richard J. Toaster.
What's the J for?
I follow the Matt Groening school of naming things. The J stands for nothing. It's just funny.
I was going to say Richard Judas Toaster, but yours is
Richard Juan Toaster.
It's like Philip J. Fry or Homer J. Simpson. The J stands for nothing. It's just kind of funny.
Or like GNU. GNU's not Unix.
Yes.
Literally the title and the name. They're the same. Come from a man that says, no, you don't use an operating system. You use programs. course, this was also a man that was so intelligent he could not explain to you how to use a toaster. Unfortunate reference, but there it is. So if I want to paint sections gold, would I not paint them white and then paint gold over that?
Well, that
No.
depends. That depends on how strong and how opaque your gold paint is. Because you could do that, or depending on what kind of finish you're going on it.
You get far more lifelike highlights if you leave it primed black and go over it in gold.
Or you could get it to be very, very warm by going over those spots in red. Like do white, then red, then gold.
I can do that. I have...
Now let's leave that open for Warlax because, he's done this shit too. I want to hear what he has to say about it. Opinion?
I have spoken my piece.
Okay, so you...
I like natural metallics.
Yeah.
So all of my metallics that I've done are done over a black.
Okay.
Well,
Because
I'm
they
painting
have
two of them, so this can become an experiment.
Ooh.
Also, I mixed up a lighter gray, and then I found fallen over inside the little jig box that I use, ghost gray.
Perfect.
I am intelligent, not smart. Those are not the same thing.
I am not a smart man.
No, Jenny said. Anyway,
Jenny said I ain't got no turbo aids.
Jenny said she got test. You know what? Hold on.
Yeah. Let's not go with... I'm a little concerned about all the things Jenny said.
God damn it.
Oh, God. I don't know if you're cursing at your piece or you're cursing at me right now. Could go either way.
The two of you.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Again, welcome to me every week. You and Squid going off the rails.
Quotes quick. I ain't smart, but good God, I can be stupid in one hell of a heart. Actually, no, that one is right. Damn. So you know what? I'm going to paint these. Back onto painting.
Why would we do that? Have we ever done that?
Occasionally, I heard it happened a while back. Anyway, I am going to paint black on top of gold.
No. Gold on top of black.
Yes, that's what I meant. You have to listen to what I mean, not what I say. I'm cultured. But I'm not deliriously running a fever yet. So
yet.
Don't worry about it.
Stay tuned, folks. Life could get interesting.
I don't ramble that badly.
Damn.
Unless he is presented with necromancers.
I wasn't there for that. I don't recall that. That wasn't.
That never happened. I wasn't there. You can't prove anything.
Aside from the recordings and the footage, that could have been. Oh yeah, this looks good.
I told you.
Oh, I'm still going to do the other one because.
Oh no! I get it. Right. It's just. I told you.
He's absolutely right. Like that works great.
Oh, look, even with my my mediocre at best skill, which is I'm learning. This looks stately, very stately.
I just want to throw out there for everybody that's like in here being like, oh, look at this shit he paints. He painted like 15 things this week and they look good. I was reminded rather heavy-handedly today, I am not the best painter in the Legion. So, like, I'm also still learning a lot of this stuff. And I'm not saying like somebody slapped me down. It was just like, Zach posted some stuff in general chat. I'm just like, yeah, fuck, man. I'm not that good.
Para?
Hi.
I could send you something right now.
Is it the stuff your coworker was working on?
Yes.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't need that ego hit. I've already had it once today.
However, Para, there's one thing you're forgetting.
Yeah. That was probably
you don't have to be the best at anything. You just have to enjoy it and do it. Do you enjoy painting?
Oh, no, I love this shit. This is why I do it. This is like Zen. And also, hi, Yip. Yip's in chat.
Yip. Yes. There's a Bubba J here coming at you from Coffee Baron's Paint and Body Shop and Coffee... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to paint something really tiny with only one fully working eye, and it's just,
If Coffee Baron wants to get up here,
I mean, he can. Yep, if you want to hop on up here, you can. Just make sure you drop something in the BPL 76 chat before you do. And, Warlax, I might ask you to make sure that the room capacity is set for 5 so that Cookie can get in when she gets here.
I will do that.
Thank you.
yeah. Tragedy has befallen my mech.
Treachery!
I need more sticky stuff. Don't read into it.
I don't need to know what that. I sense everyone going to quote that already.
Which, at least it wasn't what I said.
Diggs was streaming Wandering Village. He pulled me in, and I was on the stream for less than 5 minutes before I said something so stupid it got clipped. So,
welcome to the stream.
I am familiar with saying dumb things. I dare say I am proficient at it. I work in the music industry.
Oh, well, now I have to ask questions. What end of the music industry? And I'm not going to ask specific questions.
The back end.
So the production end.
The production end. The end that makes other people get paid.
Okay.
The end that people don't get paid unless you show up and do your work 6 hours before them.
Gotcha. You see, I'm remembering a Far Side cartoon from, Jesus, like 40 years ago, where it's a dude standing behind a mixer board at a live concert, and the text on the comic reads, and that was the night that Lenny was fired from the band, and he has a knob he's turning. And that knob, among all the regular knobs that are on a mixer board for a live show, this is the one that says suck on it. He's just turning the suck up.
Yes, because it's obviously the sound guy's fault, the audio engineer's fault, that the band sucks.
Exactly.
Not because they're drunk or did not practice. Or can't hear themselves because they're too loud.
No, that has never happened.
I, however, have encountered a phenomenon while practicing bass guitar. This is very confusing to me. I have learned that the more I practice something, the easier it is to play.
The yellow sign. I can't say, Grimos, that I'm assuming this is a movie. If it's a movie, I have not seen it. I'm familiar with The King in Yellow, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you mean. It's not the sound guy's fault, then it must be the drummer's. It's not the drummer's fault, and it's not the sound guy's fault, it's the bassist's fault. Mad Duck.
It's never the guitarist.
What's that?
It's never the guitarist.
Of course not. It's also never the lead singer, assuming he's not also the guitarist. It's never lead. It's never rhythm. Well, it might be rhythm if it's
they'll blame rhythm. They'll blame rhythm all the time. Rhythm was playing loud enough to hear himself, so he was the.
Oh, clearly he was the problem.
I think never is enough. Yeah, never is enough.
Yes, Squick. I have had to be that guy and left telling people you will not hire me again because I am not dealing with you again. Squick is pointing out, so counterpoint, I've seen sound guys who are absolute wizards that drag a good performance, kicking and screaming, out of awful bands, horrible setups, and the worst acoustics available in a building.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Here's the secret, though. I take what the band gives me, and I give it to the audience. Now, I can doctor it up a little on the way out. I can make a bad signal sound okay. I can make an okay signal sound good, or I can make a good signal sound great. But I also have to control the overall balance, because if all you hear is the lead guitar player and you can't hear the vocals, you're going to wonder why you paid to be there. But if the lead guitar player's wife can't hear him over everyone else, there's going to be drama. Ask me how I know.
No, I think the other side to that is that the lead guitarist's wife is not the one that paid money to be here.
No, quite the opposite.
She was paid money to be somewhere the fuck else.
I've seen that happen too. I
told my wife we were going downtown to to have some drinks with the boys. She has no idea I'm here playing tonight. Let's get this done and out of the way.
I want to go and see Kiss, but I only want to hear Gene Simmons play bass. Can I have that?
No, because we're trying to deliver a good experience.
Oof.
If you go
Oof.
to YouTube, you will be able to search for music or songs with the music removed, where they take the music part minus the vocals, invert it, and then lay it over to cancel itself out. So all you hear is the vocals.
Okay.
And
I have
howdy.
done this in Audacity before, because clearly me fucking around in Audacity is the same thing as what you do professionally.
I mean, the roots are similar.
On the
You have a
very
gain
most
coming
basic
in.
level, yes.
You have a gain coming. Well, think about it. You have a gain coming in. You want your signal to be nice and clean. It cannot clip, but it needs to be a hot enough signal to work with, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have equalization, processing, gates, compression. You know the usual. And you take that, and granted that you're not doing it on the fly, you don't have to make it all work the first time from the first note. But you take that signal, you process, and you go, I want to do blank thing with it. Now, I admit I have a little USB interface. This is the opposite of what I use to get paid. I don't use these things. I'm used to a console. With my console, I can get whatever I want within a few seconds, usually. Occasionally up to 30 seconds, whatever. I can switch sounds between songs. I have 4. I've made a mistake. No.
Oh,
I
no.
can fix it. I can fix it.
You can fix it, guys.
I can fix it. I have 4 effects, and I have a room reverb, a hall reverb, a plate reverb, and a delay. And using those 4, and with a bunch of presets I made for them over the course of the last 8 years, I can usually make an effect by blending them for any style that the band starts to play. So if they switch to like Zydeco, fine. A little bit of hall reverb.
I was going to say, does that happen much? Where they just decide we're going to be Cajun tonight and play an accordion right after, I don't know.
Have you... When was the last time you went to a concert?
Dude, it's been... let's suffice to say a hot second.
Let me go ahead and tell you. We had a band opening up here quite a few years back, but the very first instrument that they played was a didgeridoo.
That's actually really cool. I should have seen that. Just saying.
For those of you watching at home, you just saw my paintbrush stop mid-stroke because, motherfucker, what?
You didn't have a stroke, did you?
I'm going to assume not.
Okay.
Yes. The very first instrument that they played was a didgeridoo. Why? Because the band. Why? Because the band was from New Zealand.
I wanted to see that show. I want to get paid to run that one.
It was the band was called the band was called Like a Storm. I don't even know if they're still together.
This reminds me of the several times I got to see Scythian play. And it's like, okay, what kind of band are you guys? We're gypsy rock. What the fuck does that mean? Find out!
No, so this was 2013. It was the Common Ground in Lansing, Michigan. And they were opening for 3 Days Grace.
You know, sometimes the opener is better than the headliner. Just tossing that out there.
At the time, I very much liked 3 Days Grace.
I'm not saying 3 Days Grace is bad. I'm saying I've seen the opener be more entertaining.
Oh, yeah. No. This was the last... I think it was the last major concert that Adam Gontier was the lead singer for 3 Days Grace.
So out of curiosity, was the time you saw the opener be better than the headliner? Was that when Iron Maiden was opening for Ozzy at Ozfest? Because I'm pretty sure that's better.
Dude, Iron Maiden. That's one where the guitar solos being loud gets a pass. One of the few, sir. One of the very few. This is rare. I'm actually kind of digging this. This is great. I like this.
What are you working on now?
Okay, I'm going to send you a. Where's my phone?
He's going to send me a fax.
I'm going to send you a telecommunication.
He's going to send me a telegram, boys. It's a singing telegram. That's right. You too can have your thoughts sung at people. Don't do
Angrily.
that. Angrily.
Very much angrily.
I'm just...
And there you go. I am actually. I'm digging this.
No, that's over the black.
That is over the black.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to do the other one. White, and then red, and then gold. We're doing science.
We're doing
science.
We
have to write
art.
something.
We're doing art.
Yes. We have to write it down for it to be science. Otherwise, we're just screwing around. Quote Jamie Heidemann. And that's fair.
Okay, so I have now got base coats on this guy, and he kind of needs to fully dry before I can do anything else with him. So we're going to set him over here, and he's going to dry. And now we're going to go back to Panzerhund. Panzerhund. So,
right. And now I'm hearing Panzerhund in the voice of Rammstein.
Panzerhund. I mean, I feel like this is more of a Sabatone thing, but that's okay.
Actually, don't they have a song named I'm sure they have a song named Panzerhund.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Hey, Warlax, I hate to break it to you. This one doesn't have eyes.
Paint tiny little googly eyes. It'll be fine.
Okay. The red-orange can be coming from the mouth?
He
down its throat?
Doesn't seem to strictly have a mouth?
Tiny googly eyes.
Tiny googly eyes.
I put googly eyes on my speakers. I put them on my subwoofers. I put them on everything.
I have them on my refrigerator right above the water dispenser, so it looks like my fridge is screaming.
We've got to find some glow-in-the-dark ones. Just put some on the VIN hood.
All right, so Para, I'm going to send you another one.
Okay.
Because you're going to love what I've done with his shoulders.
I'm going to like the way I look.
Boy, you're going to like this one.
Oh, he is.
Doggone it. My left eye has betrayed me again.
Hey, you didn't need that eye.
Well, it doesn't.
I'm waiting on a photograph. I don't know what
I don't know where it went because we were in the chat with you.
Yeah.
I hit send and then it went back to meme spam. Then it went back to meme spam and was like, nah.
No, fuck that noise, guys. We're not doing that shit tonight.
There you go.
Mini light coats.
Okay, so what am I looking at?
What I've done with the shoulders.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so what's going on in the photos that he's sending me is he has this storm jump. We'll show it off at the end of the show. But
I don't know if Squick is still here. He says he must consume airport food paid for by Overlord Company.
Yes.
Squick, if you're still out there, fly safe.
Squick may or may not be back. He's got an excessively long layover before he gets to go home. So he may be back after the consumption of calories.
Yeah, I just hope that if he does.
So
excessively long layover, no fun.
And the fun thing is he gets to get home, get a few hours of sleep, and then go to work tomorrow. Because life is a fucking nightmare.
We have driven 3.5 hours a day, each day, this week, so that I could work 24 feet in the air. Hooray.
Yeah, but you're paid for that 3.5 hours.
Sort of. Salary.
Surely to God you get mileage for that, right?
Salary.
Yeah, I understand that, but hell, when I travel for work, I get paid mileage for it.
Oh, company vehicle, salary.
Okay. Oh, bullshit.
No. It pays considerably more monetary units than my previous employment, which went out of business between COVID and hurricanes. And I now make more monetary recompense units and have able to pay bills and food stuffs
God, I
and
wish.
liquid water stuffs. Now, not with much left over, and then I had to put tires on the truck because I got a head, and then I got a flat tire, and then
Boo.
got out of hand as they do. And but you know what? We're not homeless. That happened. There was a storm.
Victron, it sounds like he's driving a company vehicle, so it's not his personal. Otherwise,
Yes,
I agree with you.
When I drive my Persical,
Your
my
personable
Persical
Water
vehicle,
break.
particular, my,
vehicle. Water.
Water break.
Slancho. Wonder Woman cup. Water break.
I apparently need a water break.
Wonder Woman cup. Everybody needs a good Wonder Woman cup in their lives.
In my house, we have coffee mugs. No two coffee there. We have a rule: no two coffee mugs can be the same. And when company comes over, as is Southern tradition, you will be offered coffee. You can
Yes.
decline it, but you will look at you like you're crazy, which is fair because it's a Southern thing.
Yes.
We do not hand you a coffee cup. We open the cabinet. And we go pick the one that catches your interest. Now, most people, they have, this is our set of coffee mugs, but we don't, because we don't want to. That's what's the
You see, I understand where you're coming from here. I have sets of coffee mugs, but like all of the coffee mugs that are part of the set that I have were from like wedding gifts, because my wife wanted Fiesta ware, so we registered for Fiesta ware. So we have a bunch of various colors of Fiesta square coffee mugs, and like, yeah, they're cool, they're fine. I don't use them. Company will often use them, but like then I have all kinds of other shit where I have like my Deep Space Nine coffee mug that's shaped like the Rectigino mugs, or that kind of thing, or oh, this one's from my hometown, or this one's from X or Y, and whatever.
For Offspring Having Day / Father's Day, Mrs. Ducks got for me a Star Wars mug that is one of those thermal things where you put coffee in it and then it lights up. Not lights up. It
lights
turns
up
colors.
and it makes music. It's a hell of a thing.
I make the music while I'm sipping the coffee. Don't judge me.
Every time. Every fucking time. And
even
also,
if I'm
no, it is not the kitchenware with which to consume Fiesta Pale. Nope.
New bacon bismol for when you've overindulged in Fiesta Bacon Pale.
Bacon bismol. Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome. I ramble. It's a thing.
Dude, you're on this show. That's all we do.
Well,
we do.
I will have you know that apparently people in the auxiliary thought that I was good at rambling.
Well,
and here's the thing. I figured out that a lot of those people in the auxiliary are freaking brilliant. And, so I'm always encouraging them, like, hail, hydrate, and, like, do things. And you want to record stuff? Record stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think... Nothing happened. Nothing went wrong.
Move along.
Nothing fell. The red paint did not fall.
I did not spill my Nuln oil. Again. Shut up.
Dude, no bad.
Hello,
First off, I'd like to point out that you were so good at rambling in the Ox that you got your way to the BPL.
That did happen.
This is true. I don't even know what happened on the BPL side of things. I just know I rambled, and now I'm here.
I was there for it. I know what happened, and I'm not going to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Yippio, the Coffee Baron, has joined us for the first time here on the new Marik Workshop.
Mm-hmm. I've had so much shit going on recently that I haven't really been able to make my own streams.
Well, I've been missing your Terminator stream.
No. I might come back and do that again at some time, but I just need to take a break from a handful of different things.
That's fair.
Just so I've got less things that I'm pushing myself to do, because I started realizing my dance card's extremely full, and it was starting to affect my ability to, even just kind of function at work, because I couldn't get my mind off of everything else I had going on.
That's
What is
understandable. This is such as life. These things happen. Are you
Mhm.
functioning as an upright, bone-having mammal? In
Typically, yes.
general ways.
Yeah, often.
Okay. Are you occasionally happy, or do you know how to then forth be more happy in the future?
I would say somewhat satisfactory.
Somewhat satisfactory. So you'd say maybe a 6.5 out of 10, maybe 7.5 out of 10. What are we going for?
Somewhere around there.
Okay. I wish you one extra point by the end of tomorrow. This I wish upon you, sir.
Hopefully
Because
tomorrow. I think tomorrow my partner and I are going to go. I got emails, one from Michaels saying that their sales on Halloween things are even deeper than normal, and then PayPal was watching me and saw that I researched what the hours were for the local Spirit Halloween store and said, "Hey, if you go buy $60 worth of Spirit Halloween stuff, we'll give you $5 back as long as you use PayPal."
okay, but $60 worth of Spirit of Halloween is a slightly defective plastic Iron Man mask and a sock.
Oh, I am extremely aware of that.
He's not wrong. I love how not wrong he is.
Mm-hmm. Mostly going to the Spirit Halloween store is just kind of fun to go. It's not even a matter of buying anything. It's just window shopping.
I mean, there's the theme song for Spirit Halloween. I assume everyone's heard.
Night Clerk, in chat, you deserve a moment. Ducks encouraged me to make models, and now we have Spider Toaster and Irby Lamb Warcrime models. You're awesome, Ducks. Night Clerk, you are awesome. All I did was just to give you a little nudge and let your inner madness become your outer madness. That skill was in you, not in me. All I did was, hey, that's cool.
See, that's what I try to do on this show. Is just like encourage people to do shit. Do your shit.
You're referring to the dragon. If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was hardly involved. All I did was give your uncle a little nudge out of the door.
And I now have some arm fur that is gold.
Arm fur.
And some more arm fur that is red.
Arm
no
fur. Fur on the arms of the archers. They're furry archers.
It is not on the archer.
Oh.
For archers.
I am painting archers in a white and gold theme with black paint, black primer, because I need archers in togas for very specific and very normal reasons.
For those of you watching at home at the moment, wondering what in the hell I'm doing to Panzerhund, I'm putting a machine oil wash on him, and that is legit just a mix of dark brown and black wash to kind of get a motor oil kind of color on him.
Are you using that sepia wash?
I am using strong tone and dark tone.
Okay. So, still stuff you got from me.
Yes. Indeed. Because I also want it to be a little bit glossy, because the Vallejo stuff, I like it for certain things. It is a very matte finish compared to the ink washes, and I want this to be kind of shiny.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are wondering how far we can ship for the Rainy River stuff,
he sent me shit, to Texas. I assume that, shy of international shipping, he can ship the U.S. no problem. How about international shipping there?
I have never been asked for international shipping. I think that would be a fun conversation to have.
Your boss would be like, what the fuck is this?
Someone wants to buy paint, and they live in Ukraine.
And someone in Eritrea wants to buy Vallejo paint.
The scientists in Antarctica are bored, and they need a hobby. Please mail paint. Oh.
So, yeah, are you working on anything
Cookie?
tonight?
Yeah, I am. I posted some pictures earlier on today when I think is what Parallax was talking about earlier when painters took over the general chat.
We did do that.
But
and then Zach came in, and I feel like Zach just fucking owned us.
I know. I've been recently invited to join a local group in a BattleTech campaign that is early stages of... Oh, we lost one.
Oh, no.
Here's Cookie.
And she's back.
And Cookie's back.
Hi, Cookie. There's 5 of us now, Cookie.
Anyways, the force that
I
I'm
think we're
painting
going to be going down to 4 here shortly, but
that works. Knights of the Inner Sphere is what I'm trying to paint.
Yes, I'm familiar with this color scheme.
Mm-hmm. In particular, what I'm doing is, like, I went simple with the white. I just did, like, I spray painted them Krylon gray and then did some dry brushing to get some white into it.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite white, but like an off-white color. But the money shot of what I'm trying is I wanted to dig a little bit into the anime influence behind BattleTech, and so all of the gold, I'm trying a non-metallic metal gold recipe, not really recipe, but like technique. But I'm pulling it directly from there's a girl that does Gunpla videos, which is, if you're not familiar, Gundam Plastic, I guess, or Gundam Play.
I have no
goes
fucking
Cookie again.
clue. Cookie!
Anyways, it's Gundam models.
Yes.
And because they're so very heavily based on anime, obviously, the art style of people painting those models is often drastically different than what you get with scale modeling or miniature wargaming, and some of it is highly stylized. So I was trying to figure out a method by watching a couple of those videos of how I can apply the way that they do that to make non-metallic metal gold in a quick and dirty sort of way that looks good enough at a glance that it'll look all right once I do it to like 16 mechs.
Yeah, so that tabletop range of does it look good from 2 or 3 feet away? That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when surrounded by everything else. There's CookieMomma again.
Cookie, can you talk to us this time?
And you get a shit then, and you get it. There I am.
Hi, Cookie.
Yeah, now we hear you.
Folks, I
Hi,
told you
Cookie.
Cookie'd be here eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Sorry about the pop in and out, but sometimes that's the only way to do it.
No,
That's okay.
I feel you. I had to reboot everything earlier because I was experiencing connectile dysfunction.
Oh, man. I love that even when we don't
Beautiful.
have Squick, we still basically have Squick.
I'm discount squick at best. Ask Warlax. I don't cross that line. I am PG-ish mostly. PG 13.
He's
We have
allowed to
Squick
drop
at
a
home.
single F-bomb.
We have Squick at home. This is Squick at home.
Yeah.
Quack.
Squack. There you go.
Oh, God. If we have a moderator in chat right now, Diggs, I don't know if you're in here, but I feel like we should change his Legion name now to Squick at Home.
No, just Squack.
Squack.
Squack. Yeah.
If you give it like an hour, we'll come up with something dumber. You know this.
I
3,
understand
2,
we
1,
will.
Squack.
I understand, but there's something about Squick at Home that just tickles the shit out of me.
Quack at home.
We have Squick
Oh.
at Home, Squick at Home.
Do
So
I
I
still?
see painting is actually occurring this evening. This is good.
There's lots of people painting tonight. It's a hell of a thing.
Excellent.
I am painting. Not well, but I'm painting. Well-ish. Well enough, sort of.
Okay.
That reminds me, where should I send photos if I ever need to send photos as far as like when we're talking about the things in chat, like where are you sharing photos to each other at?
Yeah, just send them to me. And
Art at
Print them out.
No, not something like that, Cookie. We're talking like if we're talking in stream about it.
if you're talking in stream about it, right now I have a conversation set up with my regulars, but I can expand that out. Or you can just
I can also just direct message you. Yeah.
So
What
for chat's benefit, real quick, to try to get that lighter, spooky green that I was talking about on getting on this vampire, I'm just very lightly kind of dry brushing it on the highest points of him. Or not necessarily the highest points, but the points that are going to be like most exposed to light.
The spookiest spooky spooks.
This is like the book that I read to my students every single year. It's called The Creepy Pair of Underwear. And the reason it's funny, because it has a ghoulish, greenish glow. They love it. They giggle at it every time.
Jesus
If your
Christ,
underwear
I
is
thought
glowing-
my phone was about to explode, and it was just an Amber Alert.
If your underwear is glowing green, please take it back to the underwear dealership for servicing.
Actually, it's because it's glow-in-the-dark underwear with the monster face on it. Yeah, it's for kids. You know how it is. Silliness.
Oh, I know exactly how that is. My son is hyper literal. I mean, like full Vulcan.
Full
And
Vulcan. Never go full
he
Vulcan.
would read the Amelia Bedelia books, and
Oh,
we would read them
no.
to him, and he did not realize that they were supposed to be funny.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Oh, what do we got going? Etymology, the word "oh no." I have to. I'm sorry. Am I
What?
supposed to read this? I think I'm supposed to read this.
Go for it.
Riven, the word duck comes from Old English duce or diver. Diver, a derivative of the verb dukan, to duck, bend down low as if to get under something, or dive. Because of the way many species in the dabbing duck group feed by upending, compare with Dutch duken and German to dive. I don't know that
Dauken.
word.
Dauken. I think.
Hadouken!
I don't word good. I don't word good. I worded good once, and it got me in trouble.
You word real good with Bubba J. Bubba J word real nice.
Well, listen here. I don't know how to explain this. I grew up. This is my speaking voice, as you know, and
I just want to interrupt real quick and point out that Boppa Reynolds in chat, just as we mentioned Squick at home, apparently his brush was touching his model, so I don't know what kind of spasm happened there, but I assume that something is a color it's not supposed to be.
That's pretty funny. Cookie, this is normal speaking voice. This is how I talk, how I word, and I went to school in small town USA, and I don't know how many people here are familiar with the concept of small town USA, but there's not a big
Extremely.
emphasis on enunciation. For
No.
example, Jeff Foxworthy got into a car wreck sitting next to Bill Engvall, and you recorded through the window when the car came to a stop.
Right.
So I went to school. With Bubba J and all them, and I tell you, I had a Cletus in my graduating class, and everybody was drunk up at the graduation and what have you, and everybody would drive like 4-wheelers up to the school, including the coaches and all them, and so I would this is how I talk, but
It sounds to
Cletus
me
and all
like
them
sounds to me like Mad Dogs went to the same high school I went to.
may have done.
I don't hardly reckon.
I'll tell you what. But
Now,
then,
listen, when it comes down to it, he's describing my high school, except it wasn't 4-wheelers, it was tractors.
we had one kid that took his dad's 18-wheeler to work because he missed the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Junior year.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'm from Idaho, but I am from outside the smallest town in the smallest county.
There is a pattern forming here in this group. I am just going to point that out. But so, normal speaking voice. But I went to school with Cletus and all them. But then it gets weirder because I went home and me family is Scottish. Me family is so Scottish. And when Grandad was mad, you had no idea what I was saying. I was grateful for it because it was one string of curse words all the way across the house. And me granny was so Scottish, she bossed the priest around. He told on her at her funeral. He did. It's a true story. He told on her. She bossed him around. So, and then to do my homework, and they would send me over across the street to my aunt's house. And my aunt, from very Scottish family, my aunt was married. She was married to me Uncle Willie. Me Uncle Willie is a great big mountain of a man, great big Irishman, had the heart of gold, never left a single soul on the side of the road. And you see where this is going.
Yes.
So,
so you're Scots-Irish with a bit of Southern twang, then.
If the fact that you can understand my speaking voice is honestly a miracle. I'm just saying.
Pistol, not Buell. Hazelton. If you know Buell, you may know Hazelton. I live outside Hazelton.
I want to point out here, you haven't come close to losing me yet, but I'm from small town Appalachia, so there's very little you could do to actually lose me.
Water break.
Yeah. Water break. Wonder Woman cup.
I actually need another bottle of water.
That's what I'm saying, Pistol. I'm from outside Hazelton.
My hometown had about 250 people, but we had to count cattle so that they would open up a post office box, so we quit having to drive over to the dollar store.
Hear you. I hear you. I
And
lived outside. I lived right between Hazleton and Eden, and I could walk to either one on a clear day, and yeah, and the high school. I didn't go to that high school. I went to the small Christian town in Christian High School in Twin. But the high school that I had what? I think they had 1,000 students total.
Look at you with your
that's big.
Yeah.
For my area, that's fucking huge.
My graduating class was 12.
It was both towns. That's why it was the whole area. It was pretty much the east side of the county. Is why.
Well, I mean, Cookie, my entire high school was 250 people.
Yeah.
Dang, that's big.
Yeah.
They were talking about closing hours, but they couldn't because there was nothing nearby. There were 120 students when I graduated, my entire school. From my town, the two towns nearby, and all the outlying countryside. And they could not legally close the high school because then it would have taken 4.5, 5 hours to get students to school. As it is, I gave up on riding the bus and I just walked.
Yeah. Well, see, that's me. That's me because we went to the. I'm with you, T.O., because we would ride our VW Rabbits into Twin to go to our Super Baptist school. So I wore skirts. I don't wear skirts anymore because I wore skirts all the way through.
Wait. Now I need to know, because this is kind of the turbo conservative Appalachian ideal. Were they denim skirts?
No, they were not. Not necessarily. They didn't have to be denim skirts, but I did sometimes when I could get away with it.
That sounds to me like you were not Pentecostal. So.
No. I was Pentecostal, but my school was not Pentecostal.
You know, I've heard of poodle skirts, but I've never seen a poodle wearing a skirt.
I mean, you haven't been very worldly then.
Yeah. Yep. Twinkie flats. Yep. Absolutely.
Now,
Night Owl?
Before we get Toilet Obliterator wrote a midget cow. I have no idea what the fucking context there was, but...
He said when he was lazy, he rode a cow to school.
He rode a midget cow.
Yep.
Yeah, they told this story at my father's funeral a couple months ago. The pastor told this story at my father's funeral. By the way, I'm going to be open about it at this point. A couple of months ago, when I wasn't here for 2 weeks, it was because I was at my father's funeral. This was his favorite story about trying to tell people where my hometown was, and the pastor told it and turned it into a whole fucking sermon, and it ended up working. But my hometown in East Kentucky is halfway between the community. Well, I'll get to that. That one bears being second. The state park of Kingdom Come.
Right.
And the community of Hell for Certain. So my hometown is halfway between Kingdom Come and Hell for Certain.
Yep. Purgatory for sure. Or Limbo, one or the other.
Well, you can't get to Purgatory from here. You gotta head over there.
Somewhere else to get to Purgatory.
So you can't get to Purgatory from here. What you got to do is you got to hang a left right here, and you're gonna go down.
You got to go on up to
You're going to go to that Protestant limbo place right there on the left, and you're going to see a great big old oak tree, and you're going to hang a right underneath that oak tree. You're going to drive right up next to it.
That's the second oak tree, because that first oak tree got burned down a few years ago.
Yeah, so you don't. Well, you don't.
Lightning strike. Got to remember lightning strike.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we don't count that one anymore because the lightning strike, but it was there. You should know, just in case you want to stop and check it.
I mean, Johnny Ray stood right there under that tree and said, "I ain't lying. If I'm lying, God can strike me dead." And then God struck that tree right in half with the lightning, and
true story right there. I tell you,
what happened. I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, Para.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be heading off tonight, but I did just send you the photo of where I am and where I am at.
All right, then at the end of the show, I'm going to show that off and be like, this is what he did. And then,
get some rest, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, someone just redeemed pet, so I guess I'm going to pet Panzerhund. Who's a good Panzerhund?
I am patting the head of my
Your
giant.
Where is my?
One more time before you go, Warlax. Red highlights, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, red highlights. We're gonna do.
All right, so
Red
Owl
or
was-
orange, your
Okay.
choice.
So Wookie was
Orange.
saying he's printing up a new desert brass dragon, but the print failed, so now he has to figure out why things are not adhering to the Mars build plate.
Okay, so there's a number of potential reasons here.
Have a good night, folks.
Later on.
Night, Warlax.
Good night.
Auf
Wow.
Wiedersehen.
Okay, so like this could be a drawn out conversation. Up front, has he leveled the build plate lately? That's always step one.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, step two is how long has the FEP film been there?
I think he just replaced it.
Did he make sure to take the protective film off of both sides of the new film?
Probably.
That sneaks up on some people. There's, if you have a resin printer, frequently there's a layer of clear film that goes in the bottom of the resin vat that the light shines through, and the protective film is on both sides of the FEP film when you get it. Some people don't realize that, and that's
Yeah, he got both sides.
okay.
he got both off.
sides.
Did he
But-
lubricate it with some like PTFE lubricant?
That can be a good thing. I've got
Depending on the FEP or type you're using.
I've got FEP2 from Elegoo, so it's already lubricated.
Yeah.
He got one print to work and now have had 4 failures in a row.
I would level the build plate again. Like, that would be my first step on troubleshooting.
Okay. That's like the off again, on again thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Outside of that, about the only other thing that's kind of a standard thing is more supports and thicker and like stronger supports.
The last thing I want to throw out there, and Jesus Christ, for your sake, I hope it's not this. It's always possible that your screen went bad. This not like the film, the screen. Like, I had that happen on my Photon. I changed it and never worked right again. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened.
Okay.
Like,
We just installed $9,000 worth of cameras, and the controller has to be sent back to Australia. So,
ooh,
anything can fail. Not to be negative. That's just the E-Tech, the card carrying iFix broke stuff for a living guy going. Anything can fail.
hey Cookie, what color
Trust
should this green
nothing.
vampire's eyes be?
It's easy just to say red because that's the opposing color,
Sure.
and that'll stick out quite a lot. I always have liked doing icy blues also because I watched Game of Thrones and I am original.
Sure. Cookie, do you
I
have
was
an opinion?
thinking either bright red or blue, or I mean not blue, but bright yellow. I was thinking bright yellow too.
I think bright yellow is going to blend into this bright green pretty well.
Unless you add a little bit of orange into it and make it sort of flamey.
Now, I in fact have, from the fine people at Pro Acro, that's right, Pro Acro, because they're somewhere, I think in Arizona.
It's yellow. Tio, you have a we're not gonna.
We're going to make it piss yellow. That's what we're going to do. In honor of Duck's family, we're going to make it piss yellow.
Hey, our gatherings had some of the best food, and so much of it.
The resin
Okay.
is actually not sticking to the plate and starts to peel off as the print continues.
Okay, so that could also, like, is it coming off partway through?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
Okay, so here's another possibility. You might want to angle your prints 15 or 20 degrees from when you print them. Like, tilt them so that their back is angled toward the build plate so that there's a greater surface area, because sometimes the suction between the FEP film and the piece can overcome the suction between the build plate and the model.
Yeah. Forgot Rem's asking what the burn-in time. What's the burn-in time? Explain that to me. I'm dumb.
Okay, so you know how computers 40 years ago had screensavers?
Yeah.
Okay, why did they have screensavers?
To protect. Oh, okay. I see.
There you go.
Okay. Enough said.
Parallax.
Yes.
All right. I am working on Second Archer.
Second Archer.
Roman themed person, pilot, whatever.
Sure.
I have painted the with the actual gray that I actually found
There you
on
go.
complete, not at all accident. You said for the gold, because we're turning in. Oh, I've made a mistake again. You said to paint it. I'll make sure I remember this correctly. White, and then red, and then gold.
So the idea there is that your red is always a very transparent color. So you want to put down white first, because that'll give you kind of a jump start on your opacity on the red. Because if it's black, then you're going to have to put down 100 layers to get the red to show up. So you go
this
white.
Is fine. I am starting on the white now.
Okay, so you do white, then you do red, and then you do gold, and that should give you a warmer tone to the gold, depending on the gold's opacity.
Night Vectron.
Night Vectron.
Hey, have a good night, Vectron. Hey, what do we are doing a direct comparison. I am doing these side by side because I primed 2 of them because I need 2 for very normal, not at all unusual reasons.
Right. So Kursala is correcting you. Para. He says the burn time is in the initial layers, doesn't have anything to do with screensavers. Increasing the time on the initial layers will increase adhesion to the plate.
Okay, it can. Like, there could be any of a number of potential problems actually going on here, but okay.
But he is correct that is what the term burn-in layers usually refers to. The first couple of layers you can set. Usually you can set X number of layers and go, I want the first 8 layers to be 30 seconds apiece, or
I
whatever.
thought you were asking a question about the longevity of the screen. Okay.
Yeah, different slicing programs also call them different terms. Burn-in layers is not like a universal term right now, but it is one that is thrown around commonly because I think Chidubox uses it.
I think Chidu just calls them base layers.
Okay, maybe it's Lychee then.
Okay.
One of the main products refers to them as burn-in layers.
That is a lovely screen name, exactly as intended. Thank you for following, dude. And I love that name.
That sounds awesome.
Hi, Kirsala. I see you in chat now. Hi.
In my industry, burn-in time means that when we get the speakers oriented in the direction that they're going to be, they should be left that way in storage, preferably, which I still think is an old wives' tale because technologically we've come further than that, and I'm ashamed that it's the normal. And we have to run the system at about 80 decibels for at least several hours. You're supposed to do 24 hours if it's an actual movie theater. And then you bring it up to 110 decibels and get the heck out of the room because that's loud.
No kidding. Like, you're approaching jet engine loud at that point.
You are surpassing jet engine loud. It is loud in there, in that room.
I thought that was 120. Okay.
It is, but if you're in a small space and you have, like 15 speakers running, full blast, it is cacophonous, to say the least.
No kidding. That's like going to a concert by The Who in the 70s.
I think
in my profession, burnout time
is what, about 2:30 in the afternoon?
right, pretty much. Right, pretty much.
Oh, I must step away momentarily.
Quick, somebody change the password.
Hurry back.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Right, pretty much.
Anybody know who's still, last I checked, the loudest bands on record? I think it was Manowar had the loudest recording live in an actual live setting with an audience, and Kiss had it in sound check.
I know if that's still true? It was The Who. I don't know subsequently on that.
It was, but that was like in the 80s and 90s. Manowar and Kiss kept on going back and forth with each other for that title. And I don't think The Who's done anything.
Esmer says Deep Purple, and T.O. says Metallica. So those are probably contenders as well.
Oh, really? Metallica. Deep Purple, of all people.
Metallica.
Oh, Lord. Wookie put the picture in Ox Discord. I think probably in the Numeric Workshop channel. Okay,
I can take a look at it when we're done. If he
What?
wants to, he can also send it to me, or Yip can look at it, or Squid can look. People can look at it and then make wild conjectures.
Make wild ass guesses. Yep.
Like, my first piece of advice here is still gonna be re-level your build plate.
He says he does that every time.
Dude,
Yep, Man of
get
War
a
is 139.
New fucking printer.
Consider, if you will, a thought has just popped to me. Popped to me? Yes, whatever. I've had a thought.
Consider, if you will, one man who's had a thought. It's October. Maybe the 5th. Maybe he's saying something kind of obscure. Maybe it sounds like he had marble in his mouth.
Imagine, if you will.
Imagine if you have the energy.
The scary door.
The wife and I could do many few trauma quotes. No, I just thought about, why are there no bourbon-flavored cough drops?
There probably are.
I
somewhere.
have never run into anything that was bourbon-flavored that A, tasted like bourbon, or B, was palatable. With the exception of bourbon.
With the exception of bourbon. Yes, I agree. With the exception of one specific brand of cake, of bourbon cake, that I have no idea where to find.
Bourbon cake of the bourbon.
It is a bourbon cake. It comes in a little wooden thingy. The wife uses it for sewing supplies. That is all the information I have.
There we go, guys. Wooden thingy bourbon cake.
Yes, it is a round wooden thingy that comes with bourbon cake in it. I have been very specific, sir.
What Bully Snake says, he says it looks like heat damage. He's not a printer guy, but he's dealt with a lot of burned plastic, and he says he thinks it got too hot.
Resin printers don't typically generate a whole lot of heat, though. Usually they have the opposite problem of they get too cold and have to be warmed up.
But consider where we live.
This is true.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Like, she has the same problem I will have with it. Although, I will say, I haven't had a heat problem with mine, even when I did this in South Texas, August.
Yeah, same here. I'm in California in one of the hottest parts, and I generally, if I have problems with temp, it's still just with
Mayhem's with
being too
you.
cold.
Mayhem's with you, Ducks. He says the BPL and the Ox need to start R&D, and that'd be a gold mine.
I mean, listen, I walked away. I was gone for, minute and a half? I had a thought. Master Mayhem, I'll tell you what. You take my idea, develop it, give me 30% of the profits. 5% of the profits. Send me $20 in a cough drop. I don't care. I am just painting.
And a cough drop.
You heard
just the one.
Say a bag. One bag. Or maybe a bag.
I'll take a bag.
There you go.
You're called booze drops.
Booze drops.
No, it's got to be something classy.
I'm looking at Wookie's picture of the print now. Yeah, the people in the Ox are doing a good job of helping them out with it. Someone did mention that it does. If it's a new bottle of resin, or even if it's not, sometimes you need to shake the shit out of it just to get it mixed. And same thing with the resin in the tank. I usually, like, in between prints, I always go and stir really, really thoroughly to get it back to very uniform, which I don't know if that's something that you do on typically. But the other thing, too, is very much a grain of salt thing, but there's been a lot of people that have claimed in the past that taking some coarse sandpaper and kind of roughing up your build plate increases adhesion. But
that
again,
depends on your printer, because a lot of printers at this point actually have a textured build plate.
Correct, yeah. And so I don't know it's a Mars 2. I've got no experience with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's like. And so looking at it, it's just like, yeah, that looks black and painted to me, so it doesn't look particularly bumpy at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, grain of salt, absolutely, because that is you're literally defacing your product. So,
Did you folks know that resin can freeze? Did you also know that once you defrost it, it still prints fine? So in other words,
no, actually,
I knew it could freeze. I did not know the rest of it.
What temperature does it freeze at?
Cold.
Probably wildly depends on the resin in question.
Yeah,
Yes.
Probably.
Many
I'm going to
things
stick with
freeze
cold.
Many things freeze at not cold.
This is true. Like iron.
Iron is technically a liquid.
Oh my
Just-
goodness. Sassy went to go make turkey noodle soup today. Accidentally dropped a 3-pound box of noodles in the soup, so now it's casserole filling.
Hot damn!
Nice.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
That sounds delicious either way.
Right.
You
the
know-
wife and I used to cut meat.
The reg, welcome. Rar to you too, sir.
You know, he's not display or he's not really even he's not anywhere near competition level, but he's tabletop plus.
He's
Yo,
tabletop
absolutely.
ready. He's tabletop ready.
He's tabletop plus. Like he's a little better than your average
Mhm.
tabletop piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
I like that cloth leather.
Oh my word.
You got going on there.
Pistol noticed that Sassy was in chat, so we'll get some.
Oh shit, we've got actual bases on this with like skulls and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to
Oh, I want to
plug-
say this for people that are actually in chat that do print. I want to potentially save some people from getting burned on this the way I was. Because I thought to myself, you know, I've been looking at buying a lot of models lately. And I'm on my mini factory for the most part looking at stuff. I do occasionally use cults or, you know, look at Thingiverse or whatever. But I'm on my mini factory mostly, or Patreon, or a few Gumroads. But my mini factory has this subscription service called MMF Plus, which don't Google that. You'll end up with some radically different stuff than what you're looking for. But,
Yes, you will. I was about to say if you didn't.
Yeah. Now, my mini factory will push this idea on you. So you will get 20 free models a month, which is true. Both of these were free models for this month from my mini factory. It's $10. I'm not unhappy with what I've gotten for my $10. However, the rest of the claims they make are 10% off of all the models on the site, which is true, and that's good. I mean, 10% off of most of these models ain't fucking much. But then they also say 50% off 4,000 models.
Are they individual blades of grass?
It is somehow both not quite that dumb and moderately dumber. So they have this collection that they show to you. And you think to yourself, when you look at this collection, that cannot possibly be what they mean. But the collection is 278 STL packs. Or 278 models and or model packs.
Are
And
there
that's-
all variations of toasters with legs?
They are not, but it's 278 objects for sale. But they are gathering the number 4,000 out of the number of individual parts contained within this 278 offerings.
Yeah.
Regardless of
course.
repetition.
Regardless of whether or not that part is, let's just say, a battle mech that's all one piece, or a space marine that is legally distinct from space marine, a set of legs, 2 arms, 2 shoulder pads, a backpack, and a helmet, and a torso.
And an octopus thumb.
Yeah. So that's 1, 2. Actually, I don't guess the backpack separate on this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different STLs in this one thing. That counts toward their 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nowhere do
Wookie
they
says-
tell you that.
Yeah.
So you're saying that what you're doing is you're saying the asterisk part out loud.
There's no asterisk. I looked.
Wookie says he's part of 4 tribes on there and very happy with the artists. But
Yeah.
yes, some of the advertising is stupid.
Yeah. Now, like, I don't have a problem with tribes. Tribes are just basically your average Patreon shit hosted on the site. No issue
Right.
with that. And I'm generally happy with my mini factory being a repository of like, okay, you got your shit for this month. It's all here. You can come back and download it from here whenever. Awesome.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
But fuck MMF Plus. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Definitely don't Google that.
Yeah, don't. Also, don't Google fuck that.
I mean, do if you're into that kind of thing, but be aware.
I don't
Do
know
or
what
don't.
kind of mood you're
Don't
in.
tell us.
Do what you're gonna do. I'm not your mom.
Just don't tell us. No shame.
WBPO
Also
76 is not responsible for anything you fucking Google. Or DuckDuckGo if you're like privacy oriented. You know, whatever.
And don't drag me into this.
Drag Mad Ducks into all of it, for the record. This is all Mad Duck's fault.
Oops, wrong one. There.
And
Why did I put
plus
ducks?
Toasters. I don't
To be
know.
fair,
Why did you put ducks?
Because Wookie,
Wow.
there's that public, not public thing again.
More shit than I ever needed to know about Cookie's love life.
There's that public, non-public thing again. Anyway.
If you use Bing, if your objective is that, I am led to understand Bing is the best option.
Oh, wow.
I absolutely misheard that as bang, but carry on.
That's right. That's
well, you don't want to get more Bing for your buck.
Yeah, MMF plus Ducks Toaster bang.
On Bing.
Wookie says, I am joking. I have to get her to laugh sometimes. Fair.
I, for legal reasons, I am not involved in anyone Googling that phrase followed by the spider toaster or the toaster or anything else of that nature.
Yeah, let's not bring the Mechanicus into this.
You know what? I'm still flabbergasted that I'm on YouTube.
You know they let anybody post shit on here. Shit, I don't know why I have 53 people watching me right now, man. I'm still entirely baffled as to that.
Dude, I got it. My phone dinged at me and said, somebody subscribe to your YouTube channel. I'm like, oh my God.
That might have been me.
Found me.
I'm like, why? This is a mistake.
Don't they know what they've done?
I only post dumb stuff. I literally make exclusively dumb stuff.
Welcome to the BPO.
Well, this is true. I like that I like y'all's dumb stuff. Y'all's dumb stuff is better than my dumb stuff.
Dude,
my dumb
I don't
stuff
know.
is
Like this is my dumb stuff. I still don't know why people are here.
Yes, Cookie.
You as an artist, you are your own worst critic.
This is true. There's a joke that I make every year on our anniversary. I say that I can prove on paper that my wife did not marry me for money, which is true. I look in the mirror sometimes, which is a mistake, and then I see this mug, so that's out, and that just leaves my personality. And you know what? That's kind of scary.
Yeah, to be fair, you did tell us that you don't have any two mugs that are the same.
Not bad.
Touche. Brought that back around. And my gold has turned into a sticky mass of useless.
That is a strange pile of gold.
Don't worry about it. And
no more questions. I gum up.
The obligatory oh my has been uttered, and now we can move on.
Okay.
Oh my.
What gold are you using, out of curiosity?
Vallejo Game Color Polished Gold was literally the only thing I could get at my local comic shop.
It's okay.
I don't have... I want, like, some of that... How did I get that all over my paintbrush?
Night Buffo and Dux, you have been appreciated by Buffo. He says, you really enjoyed your contribution tonight.
Yep.
Buffo, thank you for tuning in. You guys are great. They're in the chat. I'm convinced that the vast majority, yes, tip your waitress, tip your bartender, and tip your hat. But you guys are freaking brilliant. Absolutely. I've learned a lot from you guys in chat. Some of it was even good, not on purpose.
Some of you guys are retarded, but like in a good way.
Right.
I mean, we're talking
in the hold my beer way,
Exactly.
You're talking
BPL. That's kind of our brand.
It's true.
You're talking to a guy that made a label that says, quote, big label, as big as humanly possible with my printer, and
So
put it.
Penny sent your sister? Why do you... Okay, never mind. I don't want to know.
You see,
And,
I'm reminded of the fact that last week I kind of ambushed Diggs and sent Diggs an envelope full of 50 stickers of WBPL 76 and didn't tell him it was coming.
I know, he's like, look what I have, thanks to Parallax. I don't know why.
I don't know why, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them.
But now he has 50 WBPL stickers.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get an amount smaller than that, May.
I've been directing people to Wide Tom's Bean House on Google Maps.
Great.
And
get the bottomless bucket of beans.
The never-ending bean bucket, and don't forget to try the habanero bean fiesta. No, yeah, people that know me are finding my YouTube page and my real
That must be terrifying.
yes, one was like, your stuff is hilarious. I'm like, what have you been what did you hear?
Who told you?
What did you hear? Did this I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you?
Forget this number.
New
I don't know
new
who
phone.
you are,
Who
and I
this?
don't know what you want. I don't have any money. But I do have is a YouTube channel that you're not supposed to know about.
Oh no,
Just-
Grimmo said he might be responsible for some of that.
Some of what?
That.
Your popularity.
Oh, no. Listen, you guys, I do my YouTube for you. I click the wrong thing. This is what happens when I try to click. Grimos, you guys are the reason I have a YouTube channel. It started with Lichter and Crispy. They're making their art, and I felt compelled to put stuff up there because I couldn't let that art go to waste. I fully believe, and I will say this in any time, any day. Everyone has the drive to create something. They just have a different canvas.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
I cannot encourage enough. Find your canvas. You may think you know what your canvas is and turn out, no, I don't like that. And the only way to find out is to try.
Yep.
Every person, anybody that hears my voice, go find your canvas. It's good for you. It's good for others. It's just it's a great experience. I have found my canvas, and my
Shitposting?
canvas is being dumb with a microphone.
There you go.
Apparently,
I've got some stuff that I'm working on that I may share that is also vocal in nature, semi-vocal in nature, and I may share it at some point, but I need to figure out how to share it and in the best canvas. But I may start with you guys and see what you think. But
Cookie, I've been meaning to tell you this. I would
Yeah.
like to find a way to record you through Discord and get you some scripts and
Okay.
say, okay, do this.
Yeah.
Because I would, I want to do that. I
Okay.
don't know how to record from Discord because this is wildly outside of my skill set.
All right.
But I would absolutely love to do that because there is a script you had a while back,
And
and
the one I sent you?
yes,
Uh-huh.
editing it is outside of my skill set, but doing it live is not.
You are close, Tomasa. And you wouldn't believe it if I told you. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to hang on to it and see. Oh no, Wookie! When you start mentioning excitable materials, everybody worries just a little.
Oh my.
Are we talking
Okay,
excitable
hold on,
materials? Is
wait,
it like
where-
nuclear?
No, as
where
in,
is this
like-
excitable material? Are we talking? There are many things that could be considered excitable.
Yeah.
Just say it.
All right,
Yeah.
folks. Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, it is almost 11 o'clock. I need to take a minute to grab the shit that people have sent me to show you where they variously are, and also put these paints back where paints go in their paint place.
I am rushing now, but if you give me a moment, I can give you a side by side of
Do your
the
thing.
gold over black.
How's the gold?
And
How's the gold over red going? Out of curiosity.
It pops a little differently. It hits different. And I've made a mistake. Doggone it. I should not be trusted with many things.
Was that miniature things or a great variety of things?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Cookie. You got my back. You know, if you give me a moment, you might be surprised at how not dissimilar they are.
No, I won't be surprised at how similar they actually are. But the whole idea there is that it's a subtle difference. So let's
subtle. And it's not a colorblind, easy to see subtle thing. So I'm going to just send you a picture. Because this is, if we do pictures and somebody writes it down, legally it's science.
That's it. Legal.
Para.
Hi.
But Sassy wants to know Rough Iron by Army Painter. What do you pair with it? Never
used it. The only Army Painter stuff I have is the speed paints and the tones. You might ask Yip. Yip might know.
Yeah, wait, sorry. What would I pair with? So, what do you mean by pair with rough iron? I have used that. I actually do like it quite a lot. I've got substitutes that I use for it now, but it's an interesting one because it's almost like it's a brown paint with red metallic flake in it.
Are you talking like what other colors to put with it, or are you talking like mix, like as on top of it, or how? What are you meaning?
Or like undercoat or something like that. Yeah, just let me know by what you mean by pair with it.
What other colors?
What other colors? Just depends on what you're doing with it. It's a very warm metallic. That's kind of why I like it. The name rough iron really does a good job of kind of explaining exactly what you need to know about it. It's a brownish reddish metallic. I use it like when I first started painting my deathcore, I used it on all of their helmets and metal parts of their guns. Let's see, I picked up a bottle because it spoke to me, but I don't know what to do with it. I use it basically like as a metallic for anything. Like, for example, if you were going to go steampunk, but you don't want everything to look brass, like if you're painting a steampunk army, like Deathcore of Krieg, or have a kind of steampunk vibe to them, or something like Signar from Warma Hordes or something similar, that's a good go-to, like, not quite bronzy, but very just like unfinished looking, dirty looking metallic. So anything else that you would do that has like guns that have wooden parts or anything that you want to look grungy, like trench warfare, it goes good with that as well. As far as like colors to pair with it, like to put on other things around it, I like other earth tones go good with it, obviously. So like with my deathcore, I did green for their trench coats, so it looks like it's almost kind of a green wool. But other reds and things would also look wonderful with it. It would be a good contrasting color to something that's mostly blues and teals, I would think. But it also just comes down to the miniature that you would want to use for it. That would also be a very good color for like the whole frame of, if you play Adeptus Titanicus or something similar, painting the whole frame, all of the non-armor parts with it, like the skeleton, that would be a wonderful way to add kind of a steampunky vibe to it. Again, it's like the steampunk metal color you want when you don't want to just have brass. So
now,
there you go.
I also want to add, based off of what he's saying, it also sounds like it would be a good match for like a weathered or rusty kind of iron, where like it would be a good starting place for that.
Yes, yeah, I would say that is also true. It would be wonderful in that regard for like if you're painting undead. If you were to use that, and then like if you had undead guys that had chainmail, you paint the chainmail with that, then dry brush silver on it, or like a steel color on it. That would absolutely look really good. It would give that kind of
Oh, Mad Ducks.
Necrosteel color.
You, I think your color blindness is actually bothering you because there is a distinct difference in the way these are coming through. Now, it could be your coverage, but let's get that on screen. And
this is a rush job. I've got lots of touch-ups to do.
sure.
And I still haven't dry brushed the whole thing white yet, minus the gold parts.
Right. I wouldn't. You're in an interesting place. I'm not sure I would dry brush the whole thing white, if I'm really honest. Like I would try to just highlight the edges of the gray bits.
Okay.
Talking about you actually were talking about BattleTech archers.
Yes.
Okay.
My favorite mech.
Okay. So here is what Mad Ducks has been working on tonight, and you can see on the left is the red base coat, and on the right is the black for the undercoating.
Oh wow,
on the
yeah,
gold.
that is a big difference.
So you can see here on the left, like, some of that is the coverage there with the gold over it, but also even where there is coverage on both sides, it's a little bit brighter, a little bit warmer on the red.
Mm-hmm. It's like the difference between tasting caramel and cinnamon, Mad Ducks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To me, the red, at least in the picture that came through, which you never, again, you also can't really trust cameras unless you're really deep into camera work and whatnot, because they know cameras lie. They always lie.
Yeah.
But the over the red looks straight up to me in the picture like copper piping, like what you might use in heating.
I think that's mostly just where it's now. This is from the picture. I think that's mostly where you've still got some red showing through it. But like to me, that's coming through as a very warm gold. Yeah,
I mean, it looks, compared to the other paints, I don't necessarily think it's just the red coming through, because it's extremely shiny. So you're, even if the red is coming through, you're getting the reflection of the gold off of it, at least enough in the picture to where it looks like all the red is a metallic.
I agree. Yep. What do you have to say about it?
About his job?
Yeah. About the difference in the colors there.
Not a good job. You don't have to sugarcoat it.
It's a good base coat, and it's just one of those sort of things where getting something from basic to tabletop to competition level and so on and so forth, display level, most of the time when you ask people, like, what's the difference between your tabletop standard and your competition standard, most of them will just shrug and say, more layers, more time.
Yeah. More layers.
More layers, smaller
Time
layers.
is the thing.
Yep. More attention to
This
detail.
is a first pass, and I was doing it in a hurry because I decided I wanted to compare two things, just so that we, as a group, could go, oh yeah, and here we are.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
At least as far as just this initial thing, the red undercoat that making it look like copper reads straight up as copper to me. So if you wanted it to look like gold, I wouldn't go with that. But if you wanted it to look like copper, there you go. You can also, I have seen quite a few people do the same sort of thing, like with, if you ever do get your hands on some Vallejo metal color, mixing in acrylic artists' inks is an excellent way to tint tint metallics. And by acrylic artists' inks, I mean, like, if you go to Michael's or something similar and you look at their paint section.
I've got an example here. That's there. Something like this. This is Amsterdam ink. This comes from Hobby Lobby. You can see it just
exactly.
This kind of thing.
I sent you a picture of a ink thing, actually, and I was like, what this is?
Yeah, and I answered you too.
You did?
Yeah, inks are interesting because they are water thin but extremely highly pigmented, but they also mix extremely well with other paints. So if you take something like the gold and you take like a sepia and add it to it, it'll turn it into more of like a bronze. If you take the gold and you add something of like an orange or a red, just a drop into a couple drops of the gold, it'll tint it and make it much more coppery and so on and so forth. So
put a tiny drop of pink, you could get that rose gold stuff.
Yep.
Potentially, yeah, exactly. Especially if you did it over the red.
Yep.
Okay.
But they look pretty either way. So that's just personal. That's just a matter of personal preference, frankly,
honestly,
if you want something more coppery or not.
At that point, you can just about take a base silver, put a drop of ink into it, and get almost any metallic color you want.
Yeah.
Like I have seen that done. But okay, let's move on. Yep, I've got the stuff that you sent me just to go through real quick. So this is your Griffin, where you're working on that NMM for the yellow.
Yeah, that was just my test model where I was dicking around trying to. Mostly, I'm just like, I don't really like every individual shape. I'm just like, how do the highlights go here and there? I know the rule of thumb from watching the Cujo video a couple of times on non-metallic metal, which if you haven't seen it, Cujo paint. I think it's just Cujo painting or something like that. Or Cujo miniatures. Scottish guy has a wonderful YouTube channel, but he's got a great video that breaks down the basic concepts of non-metallic metal and where you place your light. But it gets complicated when you get things like this, where it's like the rules of thumb are things like generally on a rectangular surface, light drops towards the bottom. Well, okay, but you're also supposed to somewhat like oppose light sources. Like if you have light going to a corner of one piece, you're not supposed to have the light immediately on the corner of the other face that it's at a 90-degree angle with. It's like you're supposed to oppose that with the shadow. So how do you go about that when you're doing this whole the light always drops thing, and you've got a whole bunch of pieces in the cube, or in some cases you've got edges that are actually like angled off. So you've got like the knee pads where it's like flat surface on top, and then a 45-degree angle with a tiny little sliver of room, and then a 45-degree angle to go down to the other flat surface. So mostly I've just been going like, let's just see what. I just kind of been painting what I think might look okay, and then stopping afterwards and going, what actually does look like it's correct?
No.
And also what looks cool as in like a stylized method. In some cases I look at and go, I think I see places where I don't like how it looks when I break the rules. But in other places, I also think that I see places where it looks cool when I break the rules. But I still don't really know which one's which, especially to other people's eye who haven't been staring at it for 15, not 15 hours, but like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
This next shot looks to be like the rest of the lance that you're going to try the experiment with.
Basically, that's all I did tonight was just put the black down on all of them in all of the different areas that they're going to have the gold metallic on eventually.
Okay, and I'm skipping over to here to where this Gundam piece. This Gundam piece.
So that's just a screenshot from the video that I was watching that had a tutorial.
Yeah. And like this is what you're aiming for. This is that's
yeah. But I also have to keep reminding myself that like the entire Griffin that I'm painting goes up to like the bottom of the knee of that Gundam leg.
If it goes up that high, yeah.
Yeah, so comparing that's the big thing. It's just like, I feel like I could probably make that happen if I was painting something where it's like a single panel is the size of the entire Griffin.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what Warlax was working on, so we'll get that in here again real quick. He's still working on this Storm Giant. I know he was working on this hand here that's in the foreground, and the shoulder pieces you can see here where the kind of Byzantine decoration on the shoulder there is coming through, where he went through and he painted that gold. This is the vampire I was working on. He's basically a speed paint, but yeah, he's tabletop ready, maybe tabletop plus, where he's like pushed the highlights really hard on this kind of thing to make it stand out. He might even stand for a little bit of that green with some Iraqi sand blended into it.
Oh, those orange eyes really work. That's great.
Yeah, they do.
Your idea.
Yeah, for greens, especially when it comes to like death magic, I always like taking greens and highlighting them with yellows.
Yeah,
so
probably got
that's basically what you have. Well, and that's basically what you've got here. You went from a green to a yellower green with the dry brushing. That came out wonderful.
Well, in fact, the fine people at Pro Acryl even call it bright yellow green. Because Pro Acryl doesn't fuck around with these ridiculous names. And here's Panzerhund. So. Panzerhund. But yeah, I'm liking where he's going. The highlights on this are. It's actually a blend of Pyrrhic red and transparent red from Pro Acryl here, just to let some of the stuff from the metals come through, but have a little bit of opacity to it. So, yeah, that's where we ended up tonight, guys. And I think
Ribbon wants to know what he's holding. I don't know
He
which
is
one you're questioning.
he's asking about. I think the vampire here. It's a skull. It's a skull.
Okay.
I've got it kind of like it's glowing, but again,
Hey, if you'll give me a minute, Para, I want to apologize to chat. I don't know if the word got out. Tuesday I was sick as can be again.
true.
I don't know why Tuesdays have been crazy, but I want to apologize. I'm hoping next week I will not be sick, knock on wood, but so I can have my stream back. So
that's right.
so
And
hopefully I will
think,
see you Tuesday night.
I don't think anybody's going to hold you being sick against
I
you,
know,
Cookie.
I know, but
And
Oh,
if they
I
do,
don't like it.
fuck them.
I don't like missing my stream. I don't like it.
I have no doubt that Chad missed you. So, all right, guys, that is going to be the end of the show for tonight. And we're only at 11:15. So, all right.
Right.
I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Yip and Mad Ducks, thanks for coming on. This is both of y'all's first appearances on this show. We actually got some painting done tonight and like some painting critique and that kind of shit. So,
Yeah, all of us.
that's a fucking shocking. Things that can happen.
I'm planning to finish mine next Thursday because I'm taking a sick day tomorrow because I'm cultured and I'm not supposed to be. And I smashed my hand and dislocated my shoulder because I'm dumb. I'm planning to finish mine next Thursday during stream time.
Well, we
Whether
should
I'm
have
on stream
Squick
or not.
back at that point, and we will be happy to follow along with you. Feel free to send it to me, and I'll do the thing where I show it off. So,
Yes.
all right, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I'm going to move.
Night, folks.
But
Y'all have a
Good night, everybody.
thanks everybody for being here. Also, Warlax, in case he comes back and watches the VOD. God only knows why he would, but I don't know why most of y'all are here. So, thanks again. Thanks, chat, for being here. And be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Do good things. Have a good night, guys.
For the new Marik Workshop, EPIO and Parallax reporting. Good night.
Salute. Nobody can see it, but salute.